I did it again. I unmuted the homies and forgot to unmute myself. Blah 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 blah. September 1st. Okay, we're ready to go now. Hello, guys. William, Rich, Alex, Photomix Media, Sam, Chris Garrett, and Greg says, "Don't start without me." He's making a tuna fish on toast sandwich. Yeah, we used DoorDash tonight, and I've got to get with Tony. DoorDash screwed the order up again. I talked to the driver. The driver said I had to call the store. I called the store. They said they'd get it fixed. That's been 1 hour and 7 minutes ago and still no resolution. So, not real happy with that. I am going to go back to DoorDash. I am going to go back to the store and get resolution in this one way or the other. So let's get started on this, shall we? The problem with Zoom is I can hear you guys, YouTube can hear you guys, but you guys are, if you look at the stream, you guys are extremely little because you're down in the lower right-hand corner. Now, can I move? No,
we're not that important. Everybody wants to see.
I'm going to leave it like
computer.
I'm going to leave it like it is. That's just we'll struggle through this. I'm not a professional.
Everybody knows what we look like anyway. So I mean,
yeah, I'm not a professional with $7,000 cameras, so whatever. All right. Looks like Josh has been cooking on it. Looks like he took out the optical. Did this have an optical drive in it, Josh?
Yeah, it did at one time, but I wasn't using it.
So you took it out?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm looking for a plate to go over that.
Okay, let me switch. See, this is what I mean about the sources. This is going to be really fun because
Josh, Jim didn't put all that in the motherboard box.
No, he didn't.
I'm just saying.
There we go. So I'm doing this a little bit of an unboxing. I just opened it up. You can see first thing I noticed is there's a bay missing or something, and I guess it would have been an optical drive, and Josh Kinder verified that it was. So let's get going with this. I'm going to leave it on that view for right now. Power cord, thank you. Oh, I gotta go
You're
find a
welcome.
keyboard and a mouse at some point in time. That's the one thing I forgot to bring in here. Paperwork. I could do the old Harry Colesman thing. Harry Colesman, not Harry Cole. Whatever. I'm done talking. Oh, there's a processor now. Josh, which processor is in the bag? Oh, I can
The
tell you
original.
right now. I
The
can tell
original.
you. Huh?
The original.
Okay, I'm gonna hope this is the case that's crumpled and making it look like the pins are bent, because it looks like. Oh shoot! You know what I forgot to do? Oh, I forgot to run to Best Buy when I got home to get some thermal paste, but I'll do that
It's the
tomorrow.
it's the i5.
Gotcha. Okay. See if I can do this.
But if there's enough
Yep.
left on the cooler, it should be enough for just running it for a test.
I don't know if he left the cooler off or not. I haven't gotten into the case yet. He didn't clean the thermal paste off very well, but that's fine. Yeah, I see. Well, it might not be. Looks pretty uniform. Okay, so we'll cover that in a minute. So this is the i5 that was in the plastic bag, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'll just throw it in the fish tank, get it a little bit clean.
The i7 is the one that's in there now,
Gotcha.
along with the graphics card and the 48 gigs of RAM I put in.
Gotcha. Thing's heavy. I can see Josh Kinder moving this back and forth to Aunt Mary's house.
It wasn't. I wouldn't think it'd be a very good idea but I guess since he's not shipping the computer, I was gonna say I don't think it was a very good idea to have the graphics card in the computer. But I guess since you physically went over there and got it and he didn't ship it with UPS or whatever, I guess it's fine.
No, it was shipped by KPS, Ken Stout.
That's what I mean. I guess since you went over there and got it, it's fine. It should be fine with the graphics card in it.
It was Ken and Lorna Logistics.
That's right. We have our production company, now we have a logistic company.
K&L Logistics.
Which side of this comes off that I want to take off? It looks like I want to take off this side right here.
It's that side, Ken.
So, Josh, was Ken as good looking in person as he is on Zoom?
He really might, and his wife is even nicer because I could have a hard time getting in my house.
Yeah, you were struggling a little bit, so we decided to give you some assistance. Which I'm sure you didn't mind. Okay, so now we are looking down at the computer.
Oh.
And
I was really surprised that he came.
told you I'd be there. Why would you not think I would be there?
I was kind of upset when you left, but I wanted to go with you.
Yeah,
I felt the same way.
I think certain people would be a little frustrated about that. So the graphics card is plugged in, but there's like two different. Can I zoom this? Is this zoomable? Take my fingers. No.
Like I literally wanted to cry as soon as you pulled away.
So what I can do
I didn't.
is I can do a Josh Kinder right here.
Josh, you're not the only one.
With that, Alex?
I said you're not the only one. I felt the same way.
Yeah.
That's the Josh Kinder moment right there. It is Joshie's computer after all, so we had the Josh Kinder moment. Now, the graphics card is, where's the cameras at? Right there. It's plugged in right here, but there's also some back here, which shouldn't make any difference, should it? These are loose. These are plugged in. I'm asking you guys because I don't
Right,
know.
it shouldn't. That's just like a white cable in case you got a card with two sets of plugs on them,
Right.
sockets.
All right.
That i7 does not have graphics built into it.
Right, that's why you put the card in there, is because it didn't have onboard graphics, right?
Right.
Okay.
And the processor spins up for like a minute, and then it shuts off, and it doesn't do anything else.
Okay. Well, I'm
Is the
listening to
vid-
what you guys want to do first. Do we want to pull
Is the video card seated properly and the lock lever locked?
Are those LEDs down by those black plugs? It's hard to tell. By the 24 pin.
Okay. It's a little bit. That's about as good as it's going to get. So, Greg wants me to see if this is seated properly. William, you're asking about what now?
I guess there are no status lights on the motherboard. I tell you,
Dr. Debug, they call them.
yeah, debug lights.
I have no idea. I don't see what you're looking at, but let's.
I don't think the Corsair has any lights like that.
Alex, it felt like a dream. The Ken came to me.
Well, my work here's done. I'll take it back to Joshie.
Nice hair, Ken.
Do what, Alex?
I said nice hair.
Hey, you're welcome.
Gigabyte 560 motherboard, Alex.
Yes.
And what's after, like any
It's
certain
a-
series?
It's a Wi-Fi board, so it's just Gigabyte 560M DS3H AC.
Well, let me guess. It's got the little
I don't-
thing under it that you have.
I don't have the what?
560.
I don't have the Wi-Fi antenna plugged onto that because I'm not using the Wi-Fi on it.
That wouldn't matter.
So this has got that little clip
Alright.
under the board that you're never going to find with your big fat fingers like I have to take the card out. Kind of was afraid of that. So that's going to be dilemma number one right there. It did appear to be seated fairly well, and without knowing where that clip's at, I don't want to break it by no means.
Well, Josh, he's got to bring the computer back to you, so you'll be able to see him again before too long.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Mrs. K's schedule. Josh and I talked about that. It'll be one day next week. I just don't know what day that is. And it might even be Saturday or Sunday if he's
Well,
in Aunt
no.
Mary's. But the problem with that is, if he's in Aunt Mary's, then I have to drop it off at the group home, and we don't want to do that. So Josh and I will get together and get this all figured out. Right, Joshie?
Yep. I'll be at my aunt next weekend, but not the weekend after.
Okay. You're there tonight, are you not?
Yep.
Okay. So we might just run it over and, like we did today, pick it up. But I'll stick around, let you take it in, fire it up to make sure that it works if we get it working. So the graphics card is out. I did find the little lever.
Some
I wouldn't
some
never-
point in time, somebody said over the last couple of days that
Hey, Cam, can you send me those pictures that Mr. K took of you? And I?
Yeah. $3.50 a piece. How many did she take? 100? That's a joke, Joshie.
No.
That's a
I
joke.
know.
I'll send them to you. So, memory stick number 1. Are these all the same memory sticks, Josh?
They're all the same manufacturer.
And they're all 32 gig? Or no, what are they? 16? I need reading glasses.
The two are 15% within, the rest are not.
Okay, that'd mean 2 8s, 2 16.
Yep. I'm gonna step off camera and grab a pop. I'll be back. I can still hear you guys.
Well, it's just gonna be fun trying to do this.
48's a weird amount. 48's a weird amount. Just like 12. I put 12 gigs of RAM in the lady's computer because that's what I had laying around.
Manufacturers used to do that all the time. I had an HP with a 640 gigabyte drive. I thought that was weird.
Be right back. I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here.
Am I going through?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't see my panel lighting up. That's why.
Hey, Cam, if it be bopping and taping, if you have to reset the motherboard, bam, line and look it up.
Do what, Joshie?
There's bopping and taping in that bag with that squad pepper.
Right.
If you have to reset the motherboard,
Okay.
bam, the one that was looking at it originally when we updated the processor, I put them papers in that Ziploc bag. It tells you how to reset the motherboard if you have to reset it.
Well, I
Add the
think
manual
someone
up.
suggested we pull out the CMOS battery while there's no power in here, and it's right down here. Let me see if that's going to come through or
I
not.
second that.
It is actually right here.
Hey, Mrs. K.
Babe, Alex said hi.
If you
Where?
got a small flat tip screwdriver, that will pop that battery out.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Well, you look just like thrilled.
I'm so good.
That's right. She can't hear us because you've got us in your hearing aids.
Actually, I have my earbuds in, but you're right. She can't hear you because I've got these in, and I have to go through this decoding process of things because her phone and my phone used to be set up the same, and they are totally different now. All right, now I can read this. This is DDR4.
Sounds like you need to take away her administrative rights on her phone. I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, guarantee it's not possible. Okay, there we go. So that's, I got these in order. I'm just going to verify they were in there right. Okay, so we have black, or we have gray, black, and it does appear that the memory was properly placed.
Well, if you're the only time whether you use the gray or black slots would matter is if you was only using 2 memory sticks, not 4. It wouldn't matter if you're using 4 to fill all the slots.
Alex, did you know a message pigeon was faster than fiber internet?
He probably doesn't know that.
Are you talking about like Noah's Ark when he's at the Dove Free or something?
A message pigeon.
No, I didn't.
It ain't gonna hurt anything. All right, I'm back. Okay, so let's go the simplest route first, and I'll figure out how to pull this battery out of here.
Oh.
I'm open for suggestions, by the way.
When I've done it, I've used a flathead screwdriver.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Jewelers screwdriver.
Let me look, see what that socket looks like. I got the
You could use
motherboard pulled up for this
tweezers
thing.
to grab the battery, the CMOS battery. Is that what you're grabbing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Utility tweezers.
Oh, boy.
Utility tweezers.
Jewelers, screwdriver. See, that's what I'm trying to say. I can't.
It's
Yeah,
okay. None of
something
us
I
can
don't
talk too much.
have.
Person that works on jewelry.
What is the English language anyway?
Something I don't speak.
'Cause I'm having a hard time too.
Can
Yeah.
clear CMOS above the F panel, the front panel connector. There are 2 pins sticking up.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm looking.
And you supposedly to clear it, use short amounts.
Yeah, that I'm not doing that. If pulling this battery doesn't fix the issue, then I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to try to take something and short something out. No. If it had a jumper, you can move the jumper. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I do have the battery out. I don't know if that's coming through or not.
Way they go. That would have taken me ages to do.
There's a 2 terabyte solid state drive, or the 1 terabyte drive isn't in there. That hard drive was updated.
And it does
That's
have
fine.
and it does have status lights on the motherboards, LEDs.
I will
Down
let that sit out a
They're in the
minute.
front.
Ken, do you have a multimeter, voltage meter?
Somewhere I do, yes.
All right,
Oh,
Princess.
Kitty.
Battery would be.
Question is, do I know how to run the doggone thing? All right, so I could put the memory back in while that battery's out. It's not going to hurt anything. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I actually need more light in here. I'm beginning to discover that. I better do that backwards, because if I do it that way, I will run into issues, because I got relatively large hands, and that would be disastrous. I'm thinking the one camera that I set up over there is absolutely worthless. How's the phone cam working out as far as looking down into the case? Is that pretty good or not?
I don't know because I can't see it.
It's all right. We're not able to see the whole motherboard, but it's all right.
I can switch over to the other camera if we think it will be better. That's
See, I
not that-
can't do anything like you doing. My back, it's tumors
That's the
on
same
my
floor.
back. My lower back.
Okay, so there's the other camera, and I can actually move it around closer or whatever,
There we go.
but I don't think I can get it to zoom in as detailed as the other one. How's that? Is that a little bit better maybe or not? So my hopes are we take everything out, we put everything back in, we put the CMOS battery back in, we hook it all up, we turn it on, and it works.
What are we going to do? Put all the original parts back in, or at least as many original parts as we can.
Well, first thing I want to do is what I just said. I want to take all this out, put it back in, see if we can fire it up, and if it does, then good. That's good to go. If not, then I got to pull the cooler, put the original processor back on, check the pins on everything, make sure everything's good, rather than jump right in and start doing that right away. I think this is a smarter thing to do.
Yeah.
Now, that's just me.
Yeah,
You
man.
either agree or disagree. It's not going to change anything. Now, I do have
Yeah.
to put CMOS. Yeah, go ahead, William.
When you fire it up, near the front panel connector, there should be 4 little tiny LEDs on the motherboards.
Okay, we'll find out when I turn it on.
Does it a CPU, VGA, I guess the DRAM and the boot LEDs.
Remember, Ken, if you see something on the screen, it's probably gonna come on, go off, come back on, and might go off, might do that a few times until it recognizes everything.
Yeah, it
Sure,
learns
that's
itself.
fine. So I got to put the battery back in before I put the GPU back in. So here we go. That's probably been out long enough. Maybe now. Should I hold down the power button and see if that helps or not? Where is the power? Where's the power button on this dumb thing at, Josh?
Top of the cave.
In the top of the cave on the right hand side.
On the front or top?
Front.
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 Front
You guys said top. Top's top. Front's front. Let's get our English language down pat now, doggone it. I'm the only one who can misspeak English. Well, now Sam does. All right, so that's I held that down.
It would be a bump dot right by the picker.
Yeah,
right
I found
by
it.
the button.
I found it. I'm just giving you a hard time.
And those that don't know what a bump dot is, it's for people that can't see, it helps them find buttons.
All right, that's back in there. Comes the graphics card. I wonder if I did this from the other side, if that would be easier for me to do. I don't know.
Here's
Graphics card's in. Graphics card's seated. Put the little thumb screw back in it.
That graphics card was donated.
Well, do you know if the graphics card is actually good, Josh?
Yes, because it powered up when I put the new processor in.
Okay.
Did you ever disconnect any cables from the graphics card? I didn't see you.
I did actually disconnect the
powered
power
up.
cable. Now I'm getting ready to reconnect it. Now we're all in agreement that it doesn't make any difference on this, which one of these I use. It's only got 6. So I'm sure the 6 are the same.
They're the same.
Actually, they're, again, I can't tell, but because down there on the card itself, we got round, 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 and then not round, not round. That's the only way I know to describe that. On the plug, it don't look that way to the naked eye. Now let me get out my handy dandy magnifying glass, otherwise known as the camera. So you got You got 2 square, 2 round. And on here you got, they appear to all be round. Yeah, we'll see. You know, oh shoot, I should check the other one while I was at it.
And I got a pepper ice-cream coming up next week.
Special guest or just a special live stream?
Just a pepper ice-cream. If you guys write stuff when we put the deck together, we'll be putting together an entertainment center. Me and my aunt.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, we got rid of the entertainment center. We got rid of 2 TVs. And we got rid of an old entertainment center.
when are y'all putting that together?
Next weekend.
The 9th?
Yep.
What kind of TV did y'all get rid of?
One was a 55 inch, and the other one was one of them old fashioned TVs that you would use before it goes off analog.
Oh yeah, that would have been good for old games.
I mean, I don't know for sure 100% yet, but we may be going to the Brown family reunion this year down in Texas. But there's bad news. There's bad news to that too. We're gonna go and come back on the same day, and it's a 6-hour drive. So that means we gotta get up we gotta leave at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh please.
It's gonna be a long day for me.
Oh please. I just drove 788 miles today.
Hey, Alex, how was your family reunion?
We just had one the other day. It was pretty good. The people were all right. The food was great. Really no surprise. Every time there was a potluck, the food's always good.
I don't really
Here we
have
go.
much.
Now I
I
need
don't
to
really
change
have much.
the
I don't
camera
really have
angle
much
so you guys
family.
can see this. That way you might be able to see if there's any lights on the motherboard, right? On the stream. Zoom can't see it, but the stream can. So I'm plugging it in now. And turning it on.
I'll have to see it tomorrow then when I might be watching.
Something, oh, I caught the green screen. Green screen's tipping over. That's fine.
I have to go to the dentist next Tuesday again.
Well, I'm going to the dentist at the end of the month. It will be the first time I've been for a year and a half.
Are any fans even trying to turn?
I haven't turned it on yet.
Oh.
I had a technical difficulty and the green screen fell apart. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Pressing power button now. The fan came on the chassis.
I have to go
The
back.
fan,
because
I believe, is running on the CPU. I do not see lights on the motherboard anywhere.
Is that a monitor sitting on top of your fish tank, Ken?
Very observant of you. Yes, that's a monitor.
So it is posting. Something's on a monitor.
I just turned the monitor on. I don't know if it's posting or not.
Probably not.
It was my understanding that there were supposed to be LED lights on the motherboard, right?
Well, at least according to the manual, there should be little tiny LED lights, and by the front panel connector, they're showing.
I never saw any lights. I just switched it over to the fans are still running. Again, I can't tell if the cooler fan is running. Josh, who put your fans on for you? The
What do you
cooler
mean?
fan.
You put the fan?
Well, you got a fan that's sucking air out, and you got the cooler fan right next to it. I don't know that that's necessarily wrong. I don't know that that's necessarily right. I think it should be on the front. But that's
Normally,
just
it's
me.
on the front.
Sam with the laptop and the low format.
Okay, well, then we'll leave it as is. So both fans are spinning. I don't see anything there on that.
But Jim said you're supposed to, or Kelly said you're supposed to look up that front fan if there's gonna be a graphics card.
Okay, so that's back to HDMI 2. And the fans are still spinning. Now I will try to change the port on said graphics card. The fans are not spinning on graphics card.
Right. That's what I was telling you.
Bad graphics card would be my first guess. So let's try. So me moving this source over here, that's not going to make a hill of beans difference, because if the fans aren't spinning, that means it's not getting power. That right? Is that a pretty good
Not
observation?
necessarily.
Oh, because until it needs
not of the temp.
right, because it has to until it needs the graphics card. All right. I'm gonna hit the power button and power it down. Now the power button's got a white light on it. So I found a light. I am not seeing any other lights anywhere else on here at all.
There is no onboard graphics, right?
Not right now, there's
Oh.
not, because he switched it over to the processor to use with the graphics card.
The KF version or just the F version that doesn't include graphics on the.
My
Got Windows
friend
10 on
did-
it, Josh?
Yeah.
So I pressed the power button to stop the power, shut it off, and it's still going. Yeah,
My
graphics
friend
card
Sam
fans.
said it's a bad motherboard, but I don't really believe that.
I would pull the new CPU out, check the socket. If it's no damage pins in the socket,
That's what I'm getting
Pick your
ready to do.
not the cards.
That's what I'm getting ready to do, actually.
So yeah, I have to go back to the dentist office next week because I acted like a complete chicken. And the anesthesia guy, he wanted to tip me 3 times in a row, and I told him no. So, yeah.
You gotta have teeth pulled, Josh.
Nope, just to be cleaning.
He wanted to do what 3 times in a row?
Wow, they're gonna numb
me
your
with-
mouth to clean your teeth.
Tip me with the IV.
He's too big of a weenie. He needs to be completely knocked out for them to do anything.
Somebody joins us on Zoom. If somebody could be so kind as to
Yeah.
let me know who that was.
It's Jeff.
Yep,
All
I'm
right.
here finally.
Hello, Jeff.
I,
Here finally.
Out when they pulled my teeth Monday, I wasn't knocked out. I just had laughing gas, but I could feel it. I could feel it. It's a little bit. I felt it.
Neither was I when I had my wisdom teeth. I was like they give me numbing stuff or gas or whatever. It kind of I forget. It's been several years ago.
I was like broke off though. It was down to the gum, and I could hear it crunching when it come out.
By the time I
I-
felt,
Right,
when
I gotta
had my
go. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Hey, Sam. Thank you.
I'd like to see what they used to actually pull the tooth out. I didn't ever see that.
I do the same thing every freaking time I go to the dentist. They go to put the IV in me, I immediately start crying.
I don't understand why they're giving you an IV, Josh. They're just cleaning your teeth, right?
They have to put me under.
Some
Clean
people
your
have-
teeth?
Yep,
yeah.
because of my ADHD.
Oh,
jump.
okay.
Because of my ADHD, I jump for every sound.
They can't
Oh,
gas you.
Gotcha.
Josh, they can't gas you to relax you to put the IV in.
gas.
I never thought about that.
Just regular gas don't really relax.
They may not want to use both. I mean, when you gas, I don't know, like even when I've had surgery, they do the IV first and then they knock me out with the gas. So,
Josh, have you ever had any cavities or anything?
Yep,
They have never. Somehow I've avoided. I've never had any problems with my teeth, ever.
I'm not going to unplug that off the motherboard. I absolutely have to. Is Jim here?
no.
Okay.
Think so.
And sweet tarts and candy like that what made my teeth bad.
I inherited my father's soft teeth and then I didn't look after him that well either. So I'm still missing 3 teeth at this point. They tried an implant in one of them and it wouldn't take because it's near a sinus and there wasn't enough bone. So now I'm supposed to go see an oral surgeon and see if they can add a layer of the bone under
Well,
the sinus cavity.
Now we're talking with my aunt today about the computer situation, and she suggested that I leave the A and B computer at my house till I get my computer back. And she also suggested that I put Fortnite on her computer. But the only problem with that is I can't remember my login information.
There's no surprise there.
And the other problem with that is I don't want to wait. I don't know if YouTube will make me wait 72 hours.
No, you
Like
have an
what?
account already. Why would they make you wait?
Then I might just do it.
You're not setting a new account up, are you?
No.
Yeah, you should be good.
Don't you have the game on your phone?
Yes.
Nope. Can't play it on my phone. It's
You
not
can-
for iOS.
Right.
Sure it is. Sure it is. You can.
I don't think you can, but I don't know.
Now you can. Now whether you'd be able to see it or not, that's a different question. But you can go to the App Store and look up Fortnite and it'll be there.
Honestly, this makes you appreciate having a big studio and having things. Is this the camera for the phone?
Yeah. You know what I thought of when I first saw you tonight, Ken?
Marlena?
The baseball movie, Shoeless Joe from Hannibal Moe.
I'm not sure why, but okay.
Well, you don't have any shoes on.
Oh, that's true. All right, I'm going to give a close-up of the processor.
Why is it black?
Is that the new one or the old one?
That's the one that's currently in the machine.
What, the i7?
Yep.
Whatever it was?
Well, why does it look like that?
That was what Greg just said, and this is why you guys are here.
It looks like he fried an egg or something on it.
Well, whatever the stuff they used on it as
We
parts,
did not.
maybe it was old.
We did not use any thermal paste. We used what was on the floor.
It shouldn't be black.
What? Wait a minute. Run that by me again in English. You put a new processor in and didn't put new thermal paste in by cleaning the cooler and
I
putting
didn't put the processor in. He did.
Okay, well then what? Okay.
Well, you should have had thermal paste put in.
They didn't give me any.
And how long did you run this supposedly?
Now, the cooler already had some on it from the last CPU, I assume.
Right.
Yeah, it did.
But that's
Well,
not enough to be accurate transfer to fill in the voids.
I
It's
ran it
enough to
long
keep
enough.
cool enough.
I ran it long enough to activate my software and play one quick game of Fortnite, and that was it.
all right.
Definition of quick. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour, 5 hours.
No, it wasn't 5 hours.
If it would have got hot, it would have shut down.
It wasn't hot.
Pretty sure it did shut down, actually.
Huh?
All right. This is the i7. I just took it out. Now I'm going to do, I do see something with my naked eye that scares the hell out of me. I see a little dot on the pins. I'm going to dig out Mrs. K, so I actually see two now on there.
Okay. If it's inside that socket and pins are bent,
I'm getting ready to get the magnifier out and look, William, and let you know.
If it's just one or two partly bent, you might, if you're lucky, be able to straighten them, but there's no guarantee.
Well, I'm not the one that did it.
Nobody's saying you are.
Well, nobody's saying that, Josh. It's just we're just looking. He's just
How about we
looking
got at least 3 in 2 different areas?
All right.
So I'll get my phone. 4. Yeah, you're keep my big mouth shut. Hold on, I'm gonna grab my phone and see if I can do this with this so you guys can see it and YouTube can see it. So you should be able to see on YouTube now. Is that a bent pin right there? 3rd row up, about the 7th pin over from the right.
It looks like 2 are touching each other.
Yep, and then up here, you got
Not-
that mess right there. And then down here, I saw another one somewhere. Where did I see that? Well, right there. Now, what I can do is I can take pictures, move it over to my PC, and expand it so I can see it a little bit better. But it just looks to me like we've got issues.
Mm-hmm.
So he put the CPU in and it worked. Obviously,
But I didn't do it.
Josh, we understand that. Whoever did it, be it you, be it me, be it the girl next door, it looks like they bent some pins.
how did it work if the pins were bent?
No, I don't know. That question I can't answer. And they might not be bent. It might just be the way that they look, but they don't look right to me.
Because
Usually
normally you
you can
shine your
tell by
light
the-
over it, and it's just like a even uniform field and reflection.
Right, if the shininess, whatever you want to call it, is the same all over, it usually indicates things are
Well, right there,
pretty good. But
that to me, if this focuses for me, I see 3 clear, 2 at the top, 1 down by the base down there, is what I'm seeing. Now, I don't think I
Now,
can
would
do
that
it.
would that be covered under my warranty or no?
No,
no,
No, gosh, no.
never.
So, I mean, I'll put the other one in there, but I'm going to be totally shocked if it works.
I think the thermal paste got cooked on the
Have
new
you
one.
got something like a dental pick? I've seen people straighten pins with those if you're careful.
yeah.
I
I
do
can
not.
I can buy a new motherboard if I really have to, but I'm hoping I don't.
Well, if you have to, what I would like you to do is ship it to me. Not that I'm the all greatest computer builder, because that way it'd be kind of dumb for me to bring this back to you, for you to ask your whoever to do this, especially if this board is messed up, because there are actually holes in there.
What was the original CPU? It was an i5 10400 or something?
11400.
400.
11400?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is
Yeah, I
11th
couldn't
gen?
remember exactly.
Yes.
What did
So
he
that
go?
board
Josh, what's your
would
new
accept either
processor?
10th or 11th gen.
711 700s.
And what's the new one?
The
I
new one's
guess-
11 700s. The old one's the i5 11 400s.
Okay, it's 11400, not 10400. Like
Yeah,
I
I've got the old,
Right.
11.4 is the old one.
Well, if I have to buy a new motherboard, you might as well keep the computer until we can get the motherboard put in.
Yep.
That's what I said. If you have to
Wow.
buy one, ship it to me.
I tried to look up Josh's existing motherboard on Amazon right now, and it doesn't appear that you can buy is the exact same motherboard. So whatever motherboard you buy, you just have to make sure that it's compatible with the 11th generation processor.
Amazon's not the only place in the world to buy something.
That's true.
BH Photo has good prices. Newegg,
Yeah, when
There
I got
is a motherboard on Amazon for $105. I'll send the link to Alex because I think I still have a number. Yeah, I do.
is it compatible with 11th gen, do you think?
Yeah. It's slightly newer than what I have now.
check to make sure that the RAM has been tested by the motherboard manufacturer.
Fingers are crossed that maybe I put the old processor in there. I'm not putting a whole lot of hope in that, but I do have some hope. I'm just looking to see if I have thermal paste somewhere. Otherwise, this is going to be a short-lived. We turn it on, it works. I go Best Buy in the morning.
Well, if you
And-
got pins very bent, you're not even going to get the old CPU in.
Yeah, well, I know. I kind of hard-headed sometimes when it comes to accepting the inevitable.
I hate when the pins are on the motherboard, and not on the CPU.
Well, the new AMDs are that way too in the AM5s.
Yeah, everybody's going to that now, apparently.
Alex, are you in Zoom?
Yes.
I'm sending you the link to the motherboard with the $105.
Okay.
Well, this is cool. What happened to the little arrows that you line up in the doggone thing in here? On the
Well, it's on the processor someplace, supposedly.
Yeah, the keyword there is supposedly.
Then you're going to need.
I found it. Jesus, they make it so people that can't see it.
Eh,
No pun intended.
If you get a new motherboard, you're going to have to get a new Windows 10 key, and then any other software you got.
Well, that's the thing. I called Freedom Scientific, and if we have to get a new motherboard, the software that's on there that makes the Zoom test and the keyboard and all that crap work will have to be reactivated.
Yeah, but if the old motherboard has died, they should be willing to do that for
All right,
you.
here's another problem that I just now saw, Joshie. You know the little screw that holds down your
Oh, that little case down retainer.
Yep.
It's
It's
this side
it's-
under it, and that clips to make it slide where it locks. Right.
It's missing. The screw is missing.
So what?
Okay.
Screw on what? The NVMe or?
No. So you hit
The
the
low part
lever,
goes in
it
the
pops up. You put the processor in. You push it down.
Right,
You push the
right.
lever. Then you screw it down, and that keeps it. That screw is missing, right here. Let me see if I can get.
No
the
reason
camera.
is to be taken out.
Huh?
Okay.
There's
I
no
got you.
reason to have taken out.
Sure, there is. To take the processor out, you got to
No.
take you.
No, when you should be able to at least set tight tension bar. It's to slide back and right over that screw head.
Would that have who joined Zoom, by the way?
Jim.
Oh, hello, Jim. Would that have any bearing on the operation of the machine?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's
Then
missing.
there's proper tension.
Right, so it's missing.
Wait a minute. I need some clarification. There is a screw missing on the socket.
I'm going to switch my source to the phone, and I will show you guys what I'm talking about. It'll be on YouTube. I can't show you on Zoom. I'm
Well,
going to turn off.
if
Wait a minute,
what
do I
I
have-
think
do
I'm
I
going to
have it
see,
there? Hang on.
It
Yeah, I
went
already got
down,
that.
Josh. It's $104 now.
All right, so I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking
What,
about.
Alex?
All right, I have the floor.
yeah, everybody else shut up. Thank you.
So what do you see wrong with that picture right there?
Yeah, what the hell?
That's missing. I just now noticed it. I did not take it out.
Okay. First and foremost, whoever played with this machine is an idiot. Don't let them anywhere near it again. Okay. And the next thing I'll say is I am completely insulted.
It wasn't me.
Josh, if
Okay.
you say that again, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room for about a year. We know it wasn't you. It was one of your freaking caregivers who claims to do a computer. We know that, okay? Now, was it Natasha?
No. God,
Okay.
no.
Oh no.
All right,
it's
so
not
here's the
worse.
dilemma. I'm not going to go any further because this has to be all the way down, does it not?
Yes, it does.
So
It has
you
to
can
be
see,
down.
you can see I'm
That's the
using my
screw that
finger.
holds the latch mechanism on.
Yes, that's that's where the latch goes underneath the screw. The screw head's missing.
All right, now it's dead. You're done then.
Well, the other thing I have a question of is there are a couple of VRMs around that I noticed earlier that you were taking pictures of. One of them looked like they had a crack on it.
You talking about the underneath the
Those
processor?
those little squares that you see there.
Mhm.
Okay, I thought I saw one of them look like it had a crack on them.
I saw 5 that looked funny to me, but my eyes aren't super good up close, so I
Well,
don't know.
just kind of move around the socket and let me see what's going on.
So you want me to take that back out then?
No, I don't want you to do anything with that. I just want to see the VRMs around there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. Slow down.
Okay.
I'm trying to look at, go to your right slightly. And I have to wait for the delay. There, stop. Okay, those are the VRMs. I can't tell whether are they discolored or some of them cracked.
They have a gray and a white line on the left-hand side.
Okay, go down a little bit so I can see the next set.
You want these?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, those I want to take a look at. Yeah, I can't tell. My main concern is number one, I'm not sure that that board handles an i7 very well.
And
That's number one. Okay. Number two, obviously, is that you don't have the freaking latching screw, so that's not going to help either. So that's why that's probably part of the reason why A, the thing doesn't boot, and B, the pins are bent because the freaking CPU's been moving around.
I have a dumb question. Are those pretty much universal across motherboards? And in other words, if I go grab my old i3 and pull the screw out of that, will that work in this or not?
It
no
might.
guarantee.
It might, but there's no guarantee.
And Ken shown the processor came out of the computer, the top of it.
I already cleaned everything up.
No, off the i7,
Well,
the
Yeah.
black stuff.
yeah, that was on the fan itself. This one is, man, this is hard to do. All right, let's go.
Hey, Jim, the link to the new motherboard that Josh found that he sent me. It's a renewed motherboard on Amazon. Would that make a difference? I mean, if it
If you want
That's-
my opinion,
that
or
means
Jim's
that means
things,
that it's used.
right, you're throwing good money after bad money.
No, you're going to buy new. You're not going to do any of this renewed crap. That's the first thing.
So that's what came out, Jim.
I'm sorry. Hang on. I got to go look. Yeah, I don't know what that hot mess is. Holy crap. What is that?
Top of the new CPU.
That's the top of the new CPU.
Nice then.
Okay. That's not anything you can, does that wipe off?
I can find out. I haven't tried anything yet. Let me find out.
Yeah. Get some alcohol and see if that wipes off.
Get some alcohol
Jim.
and start drinking it.
Well,
You got anything against ASUS boards for Josh? There's 110 for a B6M. That's LA 1200 socket for 11th and 12th, 10th and 11th gen.
give me that model name because I didn't recognize what you said.
I'll give you the whole link right here.
So I think if I understood Joshie correctly, they took the old processor out, they put the new processor in, they did not reapply by cleaning the cooler and or the processor and applying new thermal paste. Is that about accurate,
Yeah.
Joshie? Josh? If he comes back, let me know.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
it
there, he's
cleans
just
up.
not responding.
It cleans up for the most part.
It's in link,
Yeah,
Jim. It's in chat.
Yeah. It's not a question of whether I have a problem with any particular manufacturer. What I have a problem with the board that's not sufficient enough to power the i7.
Right.
And from what I'm looking at the VRM design on this thing, I don't trust it.
And
Okay, so
this
that cleans up pretty good, actually. It
Okay.
looks a whole lot better.
VRM on the new one, Jim?
Well, the one that William is talking about, I don't trust it. The VRM design doesn't look like it can handle an i7.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab
the-
a water in my i3 and
well,
see if
I
we can-
have that one. I have the 1 terabyte drive in that HP laptop, so that's a new terabyte.
We're
Yep,
not
and-
talking about
We're not
drive.
talking about drives, Josh. We're not talking about drives.
A
We're
VRM
talking
has to
about-
do with voltage regulation, if memory serves.
Yes.
Here's it looks here. Next step up in the motherboards.
Yeah, there's no loose screw in there. I
No, you
was
don't buy
hoping maybe we would get lucky and there'd be a loose screw, but there's
No,
not.
you don't. No, you don't put you don't put an H570 on it either. You don't do that.
Okay.
That's going down. That's going down. That's
Gauge
not
is
going up.
down. Okay.
I agree, Jim, because when I looked at those pens, they appeared to be more burned than bent.
Well, that wouldn't surprise
So I'm
me.
thinking it was overheating really bad.
Well, yeah, of course it was overheating because it wasn't tied down correctly, which means that the contacts were not right. So yeah, it probably it either cooked the CPU, cooked the socket, possibly both. We don't know yet. So yeah, the first thing is that with that screw missing, the CPU is not tied down. The CPU is not tied down. You're not getting good mechanical electrical contact, which means heat's generated anytime you don't have a mechanical joint that's worth a crap.
Agreed. How'd they break that off? That's hard to break that off.
No, I don't think they broke it off. I think somebody unscrewed it and didn't put it back in
Right, forgot to
because
put
they
the
don't know
screw
what the
back
hell
in.
they're doing.
Yep. I think we're all in agreement on that.
I got an MSI B560M board there.
Yeah, see, that one has a nice heatsink design, nice, good VRM layout. Yes, this is not bad.
So about 147 heat is for the boards.
So the next time that somebody tells you, Josh, they know what the heck they're doing, run away. Especially if it's got anything to do with the group home people. Run away.
As fast as you possibly can. Boy, that's a lovely looking. There's a spider in
That
there. Hey,
looks
buddy.
eerily similar to a computer, to that computer that I just finished working on, Ken.
Well, this thing is old. This is my mom's computer, and I'm not real sure when she bought it. Possibly 2010. I don't know. It's sitting in there in my closet. It has nothing in it. Took everything out. And a little voice in the back of my head said, "Don't throw it away."
I feel bad. Yesterday I was thinking, when I was working on that computer, I was thinking, man, I feel bad for this little computer because that little Pentium CPU was literally all I was doing was running updates, and that little CPU was doing all it could do. It was running at like 92%.
Well, I could maybe do the same thing with my i7, but that's going to be more involved, and I'll be gone for a couple minutes. I won't do that in here because I don't have the room. But I'm hoping these are somewhat universal. Chances are it's not, but I can always hope. So thanks for asking how the trip went. It was good. William,
I know what happened. I know how it went. Mrs. K slept and you drove.
somebody put him in the waiting room. William,
can't.
stealth mode, Rich and I, we're on Zoom all the way through Columbus, Ohio. That was good.
Oh, I didn't realize you were driving. That's cool. I didn't realize you were on the road at the time. That's cool. I
that's
missed
not-
that part.
That is not done with. Yeah, see, Josh, my mom's old computer, which we know is at least 13 years old. Yeah, you got screwed, Josh. You need to, I hate to beat a dead horse, but we've told you time and time again, stop listening to the group home people. They're idiots.
The other thing we constantly.
That's my mom. Look at that on YouTube. That's my mom's 13-year-old. You notice the difference, Josh?
He's not
The
even
shadow
there.
is it's not, there's no black in it. It's a shadow for me. It's got some splotches, misses, but it's still basically gray and it's still basically 100% covered.
He's not
It's
even
not
there.
burnt on.
Yeah,
So
he's not in.
the other thing I noticed was that screw down there. That's not a screw.
Probably a
Is that a
rivet.
thumbnail?
The hell?
It's a rivet type thing to the boards.
No, that's a screw. It has a particular style head on it, so that you usually can't screw with it. But yeah, if you can get that off in some fashion, you might be able to put it on the other board.
Possibly, yeah. Hang on. Yes.
I have a question.
Ask. You don't have to say you have a question. Just ask your question.
I want you to be honest with me.
Josh, I've always been honest with you. I'll start lying now. What's your question?
No, if we have to go down the route purchasing a new motherboard, do you want me to get you something so to say thank you, like an Amazon gift card?
We'll discuss that later. That's not important right now.
I'm just making the offer.
I understand. Be right back. I'm looking at my little
Well,
gizmo here, and I don't see anything
Yeah,
in
you
this.
need to find out how much you're gonna need. If this existing setup cooked the CPU, you may end up buying the CPU as well, or going back to the old i5 one.
Well,
I say go back to 05 if you ask.
100% agree with that, Jeff. Except the good news is, if it cooked the new one. He should just return it to Amazon and say it don't work, get his money back, even though he screwed it up.
Unless they can tell it got cooked.
Yeah, good point.
Most of the time they look, see what's something in the box, and that's as far as the people look anymore.
Well, I got one problem with trying to send that thing back.
What?
You know how Jim advertises in his video where you're supposed to open up the box? I didn't do that.
Gently open up just where the tape holds those flap together.
Right. I didn't do that.
You ripped the box open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something about it like a bull in a frickin' china shop. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully you don't treat your wife like that. I'm surprised she didn't beat the crap out of you.
Josh, you're not doing my printer unboxing.
I looking at this view from this view over the motherboard with the pins exposed, it almost looks like somebody dropped the CPU on the pins. You
They
can
did,
almost
it
see
looks like.
the whole thing on there, like they dropped it right on it.
Mhm.
As you can see,
Well,
there's
can
a
you tell-
bunch bent.
Can
Oh,
you
they're
tell, are they
melted.
bent or are they just scorched?
Yeah, they're
Somebody-
melted. Could be
They might-
both. Yeah,
They
could
might
be a
be
little
both. They might be
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, that's true, Jim.
You could clearly see the problem. Yeah, it toasted it. And I wouldn't use anything off this board, unfortunately.
The memory should be the CPU should be
Uh,
good.
Now the memory's fine.
Should be
No,
good.
the memory is fine.
Okay.
The
memory's
storage drive
fine.
should be good.
Storage drive is fine. The questions are the board itself and the CPU. Those are the only questions.
What about the GPU? What about the GPU itself?
GPU doesn't
It didn't
give a
spin
rat.
up. Okay, all right.
It's not-
That's true.
It's not
Right.
going to give a rat's ass about what the CPU is doing unless it's being fed information from the CPU.
Right. And
But did the GPU ever work?
It
That's
did,
the
it did at
original
one point.
CPU.
Yeah, it did.
Does the
Yeah,
GPU
okay.
nominally require its own power?
Yes.
It had its own power, yeah, but it pulls a lot of power on it.
Well,
Even
did
though
the
the GPU
500
is running,
watt power
it
supply
still
have
pulls a lot
a-
from the CPU.
All right, guys, we got to stop over talking each other. Jeff,
Yeah.
to answer your question, a
Sorry.
500-watt supply is more than enough to run an i7 and that card.
Okay,
This is not, first of all, even if it wasn't enough to run the i7, it would only not be enough to run the i7 at load.
right.
It would not be a question of the machine booting up at all. It'd be a question of, well, I'm starting the game and all of a sudden it shuts down.
Now, I guess my real question was, does that power supply have a cable that goes to a graphics card, for
Yes.
example?
Yes,
Mine
it
does
does.
not,
It was
even though
plugged
it's
in.
600.
It was plugged in.
Okay,
I saw it on YouTube. It has a power
Okay.
cable for it, and it was plugged in.
all right.
You're chasing things that you
No.
shouldn't be chasing.
Right.
Well, no, I was just curious if it had ever worked.
Yeah, supposedly it did, and the problem is that it worked for a little while
Okay,
because the cooler was sitting on top of it, providing some pressure,
Mhm.
but without that screw head, so
oh,
that
yeah, well, no, I understand that.
it was cooking itself.
Yeah,
I will never let the group home people play with my computer ever again.
You should have never let them in the first place, but we won't go there anymore.
The way I see it, a new motherboard is maybe the worst of it if he returns back to the old configuration.
Well, first we're going to look at probably a board. That's number one. The procedure that I would follow is pull out the motherboard, pull out the CPU, put the replacement motherboard in, put the i5 in, make sure everything's tied down, put the cooler on it. You don't necessarily have to put paste on it right away if all you're doing is testing. But new board, put the i5 back in, put the cooler on top of it, see if it fires up. Assuming that it fires up, then add the graphics card, see if it still fires up. Because the i5 has the built-in graphics, the i7 does not.
Right.
I'll show you guys something that's really mind-boggling. I took the time to go ahead and look at my old i7. A couple of interesting things. I got the phone. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to come in here. It'll be on YouTube, by the way. So the first thing I want to point
Did
out,
the stream stop or is it still going?
He's walking.
It's still going.
Okay.
I think it is.
I'm
Yeah.
having an
it
issue.
is.
you guys need a holy.
Why is this thing doing this to me? Come on. There we go. Thank you. Well, that's a hot mess.
That
That
needs
did-
cleaning.
The cooler on your old i7?
Yes.
Yeah, if it was.
It looks melted.
I don't see the screw
It does.
on here.
Oh my gosh.
I've never taken these apart, but I don't see the screw on there to release that.
I'll buy the new motherboard and flip it for Cam if he wants to put it in.
I don't mind, and unless I can get the screw off on my mom's and it works on yours, I think you, can you order specifically that little screw?
Unlikely.
So we're back to plan. Let's see if I can get this screw out right here on my mom's to work on Joshie's, right?
You don't think the pins are bent?
Can that screw is possibly soldered in or Loctited? I don't know if I would attempt to remove it, sir. I may be wrong about that, but
Well, it's an old i3 machine, and I know it's at least 13 years old, so I have
yes, it
nothing to
doesn't
lose
matter.
and everything to gain here.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
was
matter.
I was, gosh dang it. I was going to throw it away a while back anyway, and just something in the back of my head said not to. And, oh,
Yeah.
That one's broken. So let's see if I have something in here. What am I
Is
looking
it
for?
Torx or something even weirder?
I think it's. Go ahead, Jim.
I think it's Torx. I think it is.
That's what I'm thinking. What I'm hoping.
I mean, they try to make that stuff out of things that your average home user doesn't have.
Yeah.
Why would you take that screw out?
I don't know.
You
But it
have to
clearly-
ask the person that took it out.
Yeah, that thing doesn't come out all by itself. That's for sure.
All
Dumb
right, that
question,
brings up a
Josh.
question in my mind. Did it have to come out anyway? I mean, at all?
No,
No.
Well, then
No.
that's
we've already established that the people at the group home are morons.
yes, we have.
Josh, one quick question. And that M.2 that you pulled out, it was no good. Is this the same person who took it, was going to mail it for you?
That's why Doug doesn't have the drive.
Did they ever mail it? They said they did, didn't they?
What that, Cliff?
They said they mailed the drive, didn't they?
Yeah, they put the old drive out, and we put the new drive in my laptop, or the old drive in the laptop.
The one you were supposed to send to Doug, Josh. did
No,
they
no,
send it?
no. I don't know what happened to that one.
You want the
Somebody
short
kept it.
version or the long version?
He probably never sent it.
That would be the short version.
Or either that, he probably didn't want to pay the money to send it.
You didn't pay him to do it? I mean, you didn't give him the money to do it?
No.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because he kept saying, oh, I'll just do it for free. You don't have to give me anything. I'll keep working on your computer for free. Well, yeah.
Wasn't free.
Yeah.
In the end. Costing you money now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with Rand Israel. He says the drive found a new home.
Yep.
Yeah, this is not coming out. It's not Torx.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
All right, then
Well-
let it be. Let it be.
Yeah, just go for the new motherboard at this point.
Well, gentlemen, I'm a lot like Doug Betts in that I have my rabbit holes.
Yeah,
and
she did.
I just broke this screw loose, so hang on. Meanwhile,
Back at the ranch.
Yeah.
we stopped at a rest area just on the east side of Columbus today, just to get out, walk around. Oh wow! As soon as I got that out, and right there it is. As soon as I got that out, pop! The daggone thing went. Pop goes the weasel. All right, be right back. I take Mrs. Case. No, I don't. She's asleep. All right, so I need that. I can put the rest of this up. Anyway, we're sitting there on this bench, and we got out, walked around, got a drink, used the bathroom, stretch our legs, whatever. And some guy in a wheelchair comes up, and he sticks his hand out. He wanted to shake my hand. I had my vet hat on, and he said, "Thank you for your service." I said, "Well, thank you very much." We got to chit chatting, He lives about 10 minutes away from me here in Indianapolis. What are the chances of that?
Well, greater than you think. Right?
How far are you from Columbus, Ohio?
3 hours. With the flow of traffic, not speeding, not getting in any big hurry, we are exactly 3 hours away. Going and coming. So
That's not that surprising, I mean.
no, actually the drive over to see Josh was pretty nice, honestly. At night there was no traffic. Once we got through Columbus, it just went away. In Pittsburgh, we got there about 5:30, and oh my God, I now have a new favorite city. I'd rather drive in Chicago than I would Pittsburgh. All right, I got a question. Do I put this screw in prior to putting this down?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I want to take this back off, right? And open it up like so. Then I want to take said screw. And hopefully oh, you know what? It's there. It is there.
What is there?
The screw is actually, it's right here. It's just not, did it tight? Why didn't that go down there? Because when you put this down, isn't that supposed to slide under?
It's supposed to slide under it, yes.
Like that? There we go.
Yeah.
Well, this has been
I'll run
fun.
down and get it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That's not the way you found it, though, when you took the cooler.
No, when I found it, it was not like that. There we go. Now we're
What?
no pun. Now we're no pun intended. We're cooking now.
Now you
Yeah.
could try and get it to boot, but I don't think it's going to.
Well, this is the old processor, so we got to put the cooler on temporarily just so that it's on there, right?
Yes. And as a matter of fact, if you want to, you can probably just sit
Oh
it on
hell,
the
this gets worse, Joshie.
What?
This looks like this fan has got plastic on it. Let me double check that.
The plastic comes shipped.
Looks like
Okay.
it, but let me verify.
Oh, you gonna start that?
No, seriously, Jim, it looks like
They left the plastic on?
it.
They replaced the cooler that was on it with something else and then left the plastic on it.
Kind of going to be my guess, but let me.
That would explain some of the scorching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a bit. Yeah. Holy
God,
crap.
you idiot. God, you idiot.
Yeah, well, I could have told you that. Without any of this happening, I could have told you that.
All right, I'm going to sit down and take a good look at this with the magnifying glass. I don't know. I can't really tell.
I'm glad Capperman here.
That's stupid, Joshie. Joshie, I'm going to be mad at you for 1 year. No, 2 years. No, 10 years. Yeah, you're right. Man, if she was here. Speaking of Catherine, there she is now.
If you were here, she'd be getting my pants like about now.
Well, I don't know about that, but
You wouldn't be too happy.
about that.
You might be watching.
And you think we are happy?
None of us are happy. I'm not sure who's more unhappy, me or Ken.
Oh, all right.
Well, but you at this
I'm-
point, yeah, because you're the one that built it.
Yeah, and you're the one who you couldn't stop screwing with it.
Yep. Yep. Somebody put that bug in your ear to do something, and you just ran with it.
But I have a feeling I would also be included in that.
No,
Jim.
you're only responsible for all that software crap you put on it.
Right. So is your new customer pretty happy?
What was the cooler that was in it before? I don't know.
It was the Hyper 212.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I donated.
Yeah.
What did they do with this one? A Mugen?
Did they
I don't
change the
know.
cooler, Josh?
Not that I know of.
All right. So
What
this
is good
cooler
with-
master on the top of it, is it
So it should-
possibly?
That's
What
the
do
same.
you-
That's the same one that came with it, as far as I know.
All right, then this is just an optical illusion, and I think I'm seeing
Hold on,
plastic on it.
hold on. He took it to his workplace. So what he did with it at his job, I have no idea.
Well, but we should be able to tell if you got the same cooler back.
Josh, where is his workplace?
I have no idea.
Does he work on computers or what does he do?
He works on computer. He claims he set them up for people. You know,
More like breaks, huh?
yeah.
Put it politely,
Yeah, we'll
Josh.
just see what happens. I can't really tell.
Put it politely, Josh. The next time he came up to me, tell me you want to do something to the computer, I tell him where to stick it.
Yep, I'd tell him he owes you money too.
Okay. Yep. That is Cooler Master, the Hyper 212. So,
There's a lot of shoddy computer shops. Shady computer shops.
all right.
Yeah, well, guess what? That sometimes includes Best Buy. So there you go.
babe. Got a voice.
Again, to answer your question, my new customer should be happy. When we deliver her the computer, we were visiting her mom and my grandma, so she wasn't actually able to power the computer on and see it work and all that, but she apparently trusts me because she went ahead and paid me. So
The guy claimed to do what Dub does. He logged into their computer remotely.
Oh, okay. Which basically means he doesn't know jack about hardware.
I wouldn't trust.
Jim, which side did you have the fan on when you did this build? You have it on the memory side or the fan side?
Should be on the memory side because you want to
Yeah,
blow
it was,
through.
and it was on the fan side. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't helpful either.
No, that's why I asked.
Jesus. This guy, he may maintain people's computers, but he doesn't know jack about hardware.
I've
Which
heard
means
of,
I'm going to have to figure out how to put the fan on properly because it does make a difference on how. The fan doesn't need to be attached to do this little test, though, does it?
No, not for right now. It doesn't. No.
there was a computer shop here that
You have to put some compound on anyway if it works.
Yeah, I'll have to run to Best Buy in the morning and get some. I don't know where mine's at, if I even have any left over.
At that point,
they took a solder.
I trust Ken and I trust Doug to work on my computer before I trust him to work on it.
Doug doesn't like to do hardware. I think he knows his limitations there.
Yep.
He said he did some hardware years ago, but he just didn't want to do it anymore.
Right, that's what I understood him to say as well. Well, I'm into Doug Betts overtime here now. I'm an hour and a half ish.
and it's easy for
We
him to do
asked a Doug
software
question,
too.
which Ken is doing this?
The one that can't speak English and the one that's not got any professional experience.
I would hope it's the only one that exists.
I thought we would get more life out of it. We only got 9 life from it.
Yeah, no biggie. Don't pick up.
Yeah, all you have to do is just set it on there, screw it down a little bit. Doesn't even have to be all the way tight necessarily.
Now you tell me.
Yeah, the heat transfer is not going to be all that great, but this is just to see if it freaking boots.
Okay, it's here we go. Zoom will be able to see it, and I'll turn the light out again so that with the motherboard, well, I don't think the motherboard's going to come on personally, but didn't a while ago. Why would this make it work? So we have to go to onboard graphics.
Right.
Right.
And I got power. Now I'll turn the light out in case we get lucky and can see some LEDs light up over there. I'll turn on said monitor. I'll hit said power button.
Got a signal.
No, that's just the monitor.
Well, no, something the monitor recognized something and put up the Sanyo then.
That's just, it comes up all the time, and I have to hold the fan because I have it sitting on the. You heard that?
No, I didn't hear it.
No, well, you got lucky.
I
Let's
don't
see if it's
see,
monitor number
is-
2.
Is it up?
That's just
Both fans are
monitoring.
running, and I have no blinking lights anywhere. I don't have anything. The power light's on the front, and
and
that's
no
it.
drive indicator either.
Yeah, I have nothing. Of course, I'm not sure. That's why I keep switching back and forth. Now, someone said it might go through a several minute
No,
test.
not on, no, not on an Intel system. And this is DDR4. It shouldn't take more than maybe about a minute and a half.
Okay, I didn't know for sure.
DDR5 on on AM5 platform, that takes a while for the initial one. I've seen it take up to 5 minutes.
Well, we'll let it go, and I'm going to go see which one I have this plugged into. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, I don't see, if the board's supposed to have lights on it, I have not seen any lights come on there at all. And then I'm going to switch back over here, the source on the monitor. Well, that's kind of cool. The power went off.
Have we
Power
got the
backwards.
HDMI cable plugged into the video card?
No, we
No.
took the video card out. This is the original processor.
Wrong line on cam.
Jim, if I remember right, the 200R case has a hard drive idiot light.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, it does.
it does.
The only light I see is the power light on the front, and you guys can see it right down here on
Yeah.
Zoom. That's
Right.
the only light that's on this PC.
Right. The hard drive light has never flashed on that machine.
Nope. One more time, I'll go over here to this one.
What is he doing?
By now, you should have a screen up there, even if it tells you you had
I
no
don't want him to
boot
see
drive.
me.
No, if it's not up by now, it's not coming up.
No.
Right, and that's an indication that the motherboard is not functioning, right?
Well, I would imagine, yeah, that's probably, also, you did say that there were a few pins that didn't look right, correct?
Oh yeah, yeah. If you were to go back and look at the beginning, I mean, I can show you again if you'd
No,
like.
it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. At this point, you're done. You're done.
All right, that's it.
There you go, Josh.
So you're saying that MSI board's his best bets?
Well, based on the boards that you gave me links to, the
I think
MSI Mag B650 is fine. Yeah, the MSI is fine. Let me see, what was the other one?
Just keep it.
The other one was the Z590, but that was a refurbed board and I wouldn't trust it. So the MSI Mag B560M mortar, yeah, that's fine.
150, yeah.
Well, there's a couple of different prices on it. Oh, that one's a used one. Screw that. No, not interested in that one.
Right, that's just looking at new. I don't screw with used boards like that.
If we have a bottom cam.
I know. I'm just trying to get something to work, which I know it's not going to. Okay, it shut down. The fans are shutting off, so it did shut down. So that finally worked. That didn't work a while ago, so that's
Well,
good.
That just means that the power supply recognizes something on the board is working. But
know-
my guess is that socket is screwed, so that's why you're not getting anything.
You know what? You know there is one good thing that come out of this.
Can't
I
wait
can't
to hear
imagine what
this.
that
What
would
is
be.
that?
Since it's not a software issue or anything, and you got the computer, it's nothing that Doug can look at. So we don't have to hear all this again tomorrow when
No,
on Doug's.
And we
Yeah,
weren't
no,
going
no.
to because Doug's already got something planned out, and I thought it was tomorrow, might be next week now. So, Josh, I'm going to call this with the general consensus of the group. Your motherboard is shot. So we
Alright.
need to get something that's i5 compatible. I don't know. You guys can discuss that while I get this thing out of my way.
Well, you can probably at this point, your call, but you can probably end the stream at this point because we're done.
Yeah, that way we can spit, swear, and jump up and down like children.
Now, whatever.
Except for me, because I'll be put in the waiting room. Again.
I want to thank everyone for being here. Why is Zoom not working?
What do we do with the i7?
Well, we're going to discuss that in a minute as soon as I get the stream shut off. Give me just a second here. Got to figure out why.
Okay.
Jim
That sounded
addressed
like
that
Sam. Is
earlier,
Sam
Doug.
back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Not too happy with them.
There we go. Got Zoom back so I can properly say goodbye. Hopefully that was bearable to watch. I think we've determined his motherboard's toasted, and we're going to end the stream. Praying, Ida says, praying that the CPUs aren't cooked too much. Just swapping the motherboard will solve this. I think, Ida, and again, this is just pure speculation on my part. I think putting a new motherboard in, putting the old i5 back in, letting it go from that, I think it'll be fine. Because the thing that fried it was the i7, if I'm understanding correctly. So,
the i7
John
is
Lloyd,
gonna
thank
draw,
you for
yeah.
sticking around. See you tomorrow night. I'm ending the stream. You want to join us on Zoom? I think it's going to pop up maybe. I don't know. Who knows what's going on in my world. Good night.